and welcome to our new videos of spoken English series 20 minutes in English, day 16. We are here again to say something about for about at least 20 minutes. Yeah, we are doing great, and the point is we have to do something to do great things. Okay, so I just want to share something about my research experience, my recent research experience, you can say. So I was just doing some of the works recently, and I just found that I have done something wrong. So revision is the most important thing in case of doing any important work, because when we are giving an important exam and we don't give the revision part at the last of our exam, so there may be some mistakes. We can make some mistakes. So if there is any sort of existence of any kind of mistakes, so we will fall into trouble. We'll get poor marks if it is in case of examination. We'll get poor marks in that case. And if it is for another purpose, like I have submitted some papers in different journals, so for that case revision wasn't uh, done properly. That's why i I got face some difficulties. Some corrections are given for that thing, and that's why I always suggest to some people that we have to give revision. Okay, yeah, it takes time, it takes patience, but we have to do it. Do it in any way. Sometimes I do it, or sometimes I don't do it, but I think it's a good practice. We all should do it. Yeah, it takes patience, it takes hard work, and we'll have to uh, do it in any way. Okay, and the thing is, we'll have to do something. Okay, we spend our time remotelessly, or we spend a lot of time in vain. Sometimes watching a lot of videos, or sometimes we uh, do some stuff that aren't necessary. Sometimes we play a lot of video games. Actually, some sort of habit I have done in my past, in my recent past, that is, I was a very mad about the video games. Like whenever I got an opportunity, I just want to grab that opportunity and start playing the video games, whether it is in PC or whether it is in the mobile. I was very fond of it. Okay, but the thing is, uh, at last I found that it just cost a huge time. After buying the PC, after buying my laptop, I did play video games for a couple of months, for 4 or 5 months maybe. And at last I realized that it just takes a huge time. And I just spent my whole day just playing the video games. So it was just a bad habit for me for these 5 months. And uh, it was also a bad habit for me when I first bought my mobile, first bought my smartphone. So at the very beginning, it was a very interesting thing for me. But after playing a couple of months, I just realized that yeah, it is costing me a huge time, and I'm just unable to focus on the other things. Okay, so yeah, that's why I just stopped playing video games and move on to the another part, because I always try to do the productive things. Okay, so my mind works like that. Like if there is anything productive in a specific work, then I'm very interested in that, doing that thing. Okay, but if there isn't any sort of unproductive thing in a specific work, I don't find any sort of interest for doing that work, like making some videos on actually I didn't remember the platform's name. Oh, it's TikTok. Okay, so Asian or brother in the new life. Asian or brother. What does it mean? What does it mean by Asian? Asian means I actually can't understand. What did you say? Okay, I was just saying that. Yeah, if there is anything productive in a specific work, I am very much interested in doing that work. But doing something like making some videos on TikTok or playing some video games, I actually don't find any sort of productive thing in these things. But in these days, I have noticed that some people are uh, playing video games, playing live video games, and earning a lot of money. And uh, Actually, it doesn't satisfy my mind. I can also do that, but the thing is, my point is that anyone is coming live. New one. Yeah, it's a new video, but I have already made a couple of videos on live, so it's a part of a series video, I think. Okay, it's a part of a series video of spoken English, and it's the series name is 20 minutes in English, and it's the 16th part of the series. Okay, so the thing is that doing productive things good, but doing unproductive things is not good to me. That's why I don't actually don't do that sort of thing, and I always suggest people to do the productive things. Okay, do something that will help uh, improve your skills as well as the skill of others. You are playing video games just for yourself, and that doesn't make any sense. Okay, you are doing it for yourself, and you are just doing that thing for your incoming purpose, but it isn't helping anyone. It isn't spreading the good message to the whole community. Okay, there are some people who are just addicted to the video games, but not doing anything else. But some people are making a lot of money just using them, just using their viewers, just using their customers. So yeah, why should I be afraid of fear? Have I just mentioned anything about it? I don't think so. So I think you are a new viewer of my channel, maybe. So let me know from which part of the world you are watching this video, and if you do have something to know about me, about myself, or anything else, you can ask in the comment section. So okay, so the thing is, doing productive things is good, because it will help improve your skills and as well as the skills of others. It will help the other persons. Some people will just learn something from you if you do something productive, and if you are just doing something unproductive, the wrong message will be spread, and the people who will be watching you, uh, whether it is offline or online, they'll be just getting that wrong learning lesson from you. Okay, so spreading the wrong message, giving the wrong teaching lesson or learning lesson to anyone is not a good thing. And we should have some religious perspective in our mind, because if it doesn't exist in our mind, we'll be just doing some sort of rubbish thing. Okay, whether it is needed or whether it is not needed, we'll be doing something. uh, where is your home? Yeah, I'm from Bangladesh, and yeah, so from which part of the world you are watching this video, let me know about it. I have already mentioned my hometown, not my hometown, my country. So let me know about you. The thing is, I actually make this spoken English videos for the international audience as well as for my local audience, because I truly believe one thing, that is, you always need to do something that is good for everyone, and you always have to practice for your spoken English improvement. And if you don't do it, you'll not be able to improve. You have to somehow find some time, whether it is 5 minutes, whether it is 10 minutes, it doesn't matter, but you'll have to do it on a continuous basis. Whenever you are busy, you just give some sort of short duration of time to your spoken English. But when you are free and getting enough amount of time, you just have to give a lot of time to your spoken English. So that is necessary, okay? When you are free, give 1 hour of your day in your spoken English practice. And when you are not free, if you think that, yeah, I have done a lot of work throughout my whole day and I'm right now tired, so you can have your practice for short duration of time. So do it for short duration of time, just for 5 minutes, just for 10 minutes. It will help you make a improvement. And improvement will not come within a short amount of time. You will not just be able to see your improvement within 5 days or 10 days of practice. You will have to do it for a couple of months, at least 1 month, okay? Just I've already mentioned it in my previous videos that if you just want to if you just want to see your improvement, just make a video on day 1. Yeah, day 1 I am practicing spoken English on a specific topic like that. On and Thank you for watching this video. You are from Japan, okay? Thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you are liking this video, please share this video to your uh, closest persons, because I always say the same thing, that is, sharing is caring. If you share more, you do care more. So the thing is that you'll have to do it on a continuous basis, the practice. To see your self improvement, you will have to make one video on day 1. Yeah, on day 1 I am just having a practice on a specific topic and I'm doing it in this way. And I'll have to do the same thing on day 30, and just compare those two videos just by watching those two videos one after another, and you'll surely see an improvement just by yourself. You'll not have to go to a person and ask him the, please, yeah buddy, I'm just having my practice for 1 month, okay, can you please have some comment on my English improvement? He would probably say that, yeah, you have got some improvement, but it isn't enough for getting a good score in IELTS or for getting a good conversation with an international audience. He may have some comment like that, and he just can demotivate you in some way, in some way. So it, the thing is, there is a possibility of getting demotivated from a person just by hearing his or her comment. So I don't have to go to another person, I just have to uh, give the marks just by myself, okay? I did share the like and subscribe all 2 minutes ago. Thanks for sharing and liking and subscribing my channel. So the thing is, you'll have to give the marks just by yourself. That is called self marking, okay? If you just give you the marks, it will help you in the long run, and uh, you don't have to go to another person. And I always say the same thing, because there is a possibility of getting demotivated. So self motivation, self improvement, self marking, self judgment, okay, all of the things are very necessary. And if you are courageous enough to do that, then I think you will get succeed at one point of your life. You just have to keep patience and keep doing the things on a continuous basis. So I'm just not in a mood to say something loudly. That's why I'm saying these things in a dim voice. Yeah, my name is Shiam. It's my nickname. My good name is Muhammad Azizul Hakim Siam, and I'm from Bangladesh, studying in a public university of Bangladesh. That's it. And I'm in my fourth year of graduation. I think within a couple of months I'll be graduated. So that is the thing. We'll have to do something. We'll have to speak something at least 5 minutes a day. And yeah, if you do think that yeah, I have Siam has said that yeah, you can have just 5 minutes of practice in a single day, and I'll have the same thing on every day. That is not the thing. I just mentioned that you will have to continue your practice. That is one point, and you'll have to do it according to your free time. When you are free enough to have a huge amount of practice, do it. When you are not free enough to do a lot of practice, just make it a short practice. Okay, so when you think that yeah, I do have 2 hours in my hand to have a practice, who is behind? Nobody is behind. There is nobody behind. Okay, so the thing is when you do have 2 hours of 2 hours in your hand, you can have your practice for 2 hours. If you do think that yeah, I do have 5 hours, yeah, I so do the 5 hours of practice. Okay, you just have to convince your mind that yeah, I do have potential for making 10 hours of practice in a single day or 5 hours of practice in a single day. You can do it. It is possible. It is not impossible. And I have heard that thing from one of my beloved teacher. His name is Imam, and he runs an institution online and offline, and its name is Headman Academy. You can search it, and you will find it. You will find a couple of videos and also his channel. So he said that thing in one of his videos that I have spent the whole 1 month just staying remotely in a single room, and I haven't gone to anyone. I just spent the whole month just practicing with myself. And he did his 1 month of practice just staying in a remote room, not making any kind of conversation with anyone, not making any kind of Bengali conversation with anyone. And he did that thing for 1 month, and after having that practice for 1 month, he just said that yeah, I improved my whole English a lot. I gathered a lot of fluency in that whole month, in that 1 month of duration, and I got fluent. So that is the point. You have to get the spirit first of all. You have to convince your mind, because our mind is the most powerful thing. Okay, so okay, so you don't have to commit sorry. That it's okay. Yeah, joking is good. Sometimes it makes our mind cheerful, so it is good for us. So the thing is, I was just saying about the practice. Okay, so do your practice according to your need, according to your time. Somebody will say that yeah, I'm working, I'm doing a full-time job. Yeah, it's very hard for me to have a practice for 1 hour a day or 3 hours a day. It's very difficult for me. It's impossible. I just can't imagine how to do it. So it's just an bad explanation, I think. It depends on you. It depends on your need. It depends on your desire. Okay, just ask yourself, why are you interested in learning English? Why are you interested in learning spoken English? Basically, just ask yourself. If you find a strong answer, then you have to do anything for your spoken English improvement. Okay, if you need to have a practice for 10 hours a day, you have to do it. If you just think that I do have to practice for 12 hours a day, you have to do it. Okay, stop saying anything in Bengali if isn't too much necessary. Just we whenever it is our exam time, we spend the whole day in our room. It is just applicable for the students of the whole world. I think it is also applicable for me. When it is the time of exam, I spend my whole day in my room, except going to washroom and going for shower and the eating purpose. Okay, so it will cost at approximate 1 hour, I think, going to washroom, having shower, having the lunch or dinner or breakfast. Approximately it will cost you 1 or 1.5 hour. So you sleep for 6 hours a day, maybe, or 7 hours a day. So after that, how much time you will have in your hand? If I consider it 8 hours total, 6 hours sleep and 2 hours of other activities. Okay, very sad. Why very sad, man? I actually didn't get your point. Why is saying something sad? If you're in sad mood, so I just want to ask you a question. Why are you sad? There are a lot of things to do, a lot of productive things to do that will help you remove your depression. Okay, don't be sad. We are not here in this world for being sad. Yes, a couple of moments will come in our life that will make us sad, but we'll have to overcome it. I had a sir who died 3 days ago. Oh, yeah, it is a very sad news, I think. So yeah, we all have to die one day. That is obvious, and we will have to we'll have to be prepared for that thing, the death, the obvious thing. Okay, it is not, it is actually irreversible. Okay, it will always happen one day, but we don't know when will it happen. It may happen today, it may happen after 1 hour, after several days or several months or several years, but we'll have to do something that is good for us, for everyone else. Okay, so the thing is that we'll have to keep doing the practice thing. It depends on your need, it depends on your demand. And I just say that you have to ask yourself that why am I interested in learning English? It is just for my career purpose, or it is just for my self satisfaction, or is it just for my self improvement, or is it just for keeping the other persons happy? You just have to ask yourself, I'm doing that thing, so why I'm doing this thing? Am I doing this thing for me, or am I doing this thing for anyone else? So make your answer clear, make your answer clear in your mind. So when you will have a clear answer and clear mindset, you will be able to do that thing, that specific thing, within a short amount of time, and you'll be able to do that thing very fast, at a great speed. So you'll have to catch a speed, and I think it's very possible. And there's a saying that impossible is a word that is found in the dictionary of the fools. Okay, so there isn't anything that is impossible, because there is a lot of examples you can follow. There are a lot of persons that have already done that impossible work. They have converted those impossible works, so-called impossible works, into a possible thing. So there isn't anything that is impossible. So if you, I was just calculating about the routine, okay, the practicing routine. So just consider that you sleep for 6 hours a day and you spend 2 hours for doing the other things. So how much time you will have in your hand? I think it's 16 hours. So forget about 6 hours. After uh, removing the 6 hours, you will have 10 hours in your hand. So 10 hours is a huge time. You just see you tomorrow. Good night. Like today. Thanks for your thank you for watching this video, and you are very much welcome to my channel. And I think you are a new viewer of my channel. And I suggest you to watch all of my videos when you are free. Okay, and please uh, like the videos that you will be watching in future, and that's it. And the thing is that you will have 10 hours a day. If you're just focused in your english spoken english improvement, you will have to give that 10 hours very very attentively. You'll have to do that practice thing. And I've already mentioned and suggested some apps that are available in the Google Play Store. And there is app called Peer Up, Peerup, Peer Up, and it's very helpful. And if you don't like the Peer Up app, you can just use another app. There are a lot of apps that are available in the Google Play Store. So those apps are built for the spoken English practice. People like you who are just uh, bad in English or weak in English, who just think that yeah, I'm weak in English, so I do have to improve my English, and for that I'll have to do a lot of practice. And for my practice session, I'll be using that app, that is specific app that will help me increase my skills, my English skills. So there are some AI based platforms, so you'll be able to speak with the AI bot. Okay, with an AI bot. So if you just think that you wanna speak, you wanna just have your practice with a person who is very fluent, you'll just find it very rare. Okay, because fluent person will not have a practice on a daily basis. They're already fluent in that thing, like native speakers. The native speakers are very fluent in their local language, and English is their first language. So they don't have to do the practice thing on a daily basis, or they don't have to count the time. Yeah, I'll have to do the English speaking practice for 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day. They don't have to do it because they're already good at it. So they don't usually use these types of platforms. So who actually use that kind of platform? People like you, people like me, who is not very much good at English, whose English is not like the native speakers. So people like us actually watch these kind of videos, or actually use these kind of platforms. And I used that app for 1 month, I think, the last month maybe. So I got an experience that is, whenever I did a call in that app, I just found a guy who is from, whether he's from India or whether he's from Nepal or whether he's from Pakistan. I just got a question in my mind that why did I always get the persons from India, Pakistan, and Nepal? Isn't there any part of the world available, and or other parts of the world, or people from other parts of the world didn't really use it? What is the problem? So I just got an answer from another person. Assalamu alaikum bhai. Wa alaikum assalam. So how are you, boy? How are you, brother? So sorry for my wrong spelling. It's actually, I'm very sorry about it. How are you, brother? What's your name? Can I know your name? You have written it YouTuber Lagon. What does it really mean? I actually didn't got the meaning, but it really doesn't matter. So can you please tell me your name? What's your name? And the people who are watching this video, you can have the comment. Please let me know from which part of the world you are watching this video. It's okay. It's my YouTube name, real name Shyam. Okay, so my name is also Shyam. It's really nice to meet you, man. Do you really know my name? My name is Mohammad Azizul Hakim Shyam. Okay, maybe the spelling is not the same, but it's the same thing. Okay, Shyam. Actually, spelling doesn't matter in case of name, I think. So that is the point. Thanks for joining, and thanks for watching. What is the thing I was saying? I was just saying about the features of the app. Yeah, yeah. I was just surprised hearing your name. The same name. Actually, I think it's a very common name. Maybe many of the people use the same name. Okay. So I was just sharing about some of the features of that app. So the thing is, that app have a lot of features for practicing with human and practicing with AI, and there is a subscription thing for getting advanced features, and there is a free version. I think for us, free version is just enough for having a good practice. And I just got to know from a guy that the people like us will be only using this app, like people from Africa whose first language is not English, or people from Russia, or from any other part of the world. So you just have to give your location whenever you are opening that app for the very first time. So if you are from Africa, or if you are from India, so you'll be able to call with the guy or with the girl who will be from your neighborhood country, or who will be from your country. Okay. So I got a person who was from Bangladesh, and he was from Sylhet. I was having a nice conversation with him, and I actually used to got the calls from India for the maximum time, and sometimes I got call from Pakistan, and sometimes from Nepal. So it was a nice experience for me, and at the time I was actively using that app. And in these days, I'm a little bit busy in my research work, and I have already mentioned that as I'm in my last year of graduation, I'm having a lot of research work. That's why my focus is on two things. One is on research, and one is on uh, spoken English improvement. So for spoken English, sometimes I use that peer up app, or I do have another app in my phone, and that is maybe I actually forgot the name, and it's a AI based app for spoken English practice. So sometimes I use that app, and or sometimes I use the peer up app, and sometimes I make this uh, spoken English series video, and you can see that, and this is the 16th part of the series video, and the series name is 20 minutes in English. And I think I'm very hopeful about it, that I'll be uh, doing the live session, the live series video in future, inshallah. And I always say the same thing, that practice is very much necessary for all of us. If you don't practice a lot, you'll not improve actually. And there are a lot of examples surrounding me, that is there are a lot of people who is not doing good in English just because they are not having practice. And for doing a practice with yourself, or for doing a practice in front of a camera, or doing a live session in front of a camera, is a very courageous task, I think. I was just very much shy at the time when I was in my first year of university, first and second year of university. I was a very shy person. Yeah, I was just making some videos, and those videos weren't uh, in live, and I just make those videos just by spending a couple of hours. I did spend a couple of hours for making a single video at that time. So I didn't really do some sort of live session at that time, but I actually realized that for public speaking improvement, for speaking English improvement, for any other thing, you will have to say something in front of a lot of your audience. You will have to relate with a lot of audience. Like, I'm making a live session right now. That's why I'm able to relate with live uh, people. Okay, just they're just making some comments on my live sessions, and sometimes I am uh, just going through the comment and answering the comments. So that's very helpful for me, and I think it's also helpful for all of you who is watching this video and who have already watched the video. So I just want to relate with the people. That's why I'm making this live session, and I just want to spread a right message to everyone. That is, speaking is compulsory, and grammar is not needed in case of speaking. Okay, you'll just have to know some basic translation. You'll have to know some uh, uh, rules related to tense. Okay, except these two things, you'll not have to do anything else. Okay, I do think that if you are a guy who is studying in college, or who is already been graduated, or who is in the university, I do think that you have already something in your mind. You have already something in your brain. You have already learned a lot of vocabularies, because you are learning that this kind of things, this kind of grammatical things, for a couple of years in your school life, in your college life. Okay, so we actually know a lot of vocabularies that is enough for us for our speak English starting. Okay, you'll just have to start. You'll have to gather some courage in your mind, in your heart, and if you become a courageous person, then you will be able to speak. And you'll not believe me, like, for self speaking practice, it is also necessary, because I'm staying in a hall room, and there are a lot of rooms nearby me, or in front of me. There is room in front of my room. So yeah, my roommates are not available right now in my room, but I did actually make a video 2 days ago, and I did that thing in front of my roommate. So doing that thing can be uncomfortable, so you will have to make that thing comfortable. Okay, so success actually doesn't come in a comfortable situation. You will have to do something in an uncomfortable environment, in an uncomfortable situation. Only then you will be able to make progress. And doing that kind of thing in an uncomfortable environment for a couple of days, for a couple of months, for a couple of years, after doing that thing, you will become a successful person. And that's a true point. Please note it down. Okay, if you think that, yeah, I'll be having English practice in a remote room, and there will be uh, no one in that room, will be only me, just me having just practice with myself, and there isn't be available any kind of room nearby my room, so that will not happen. Okay, for that thing, you'll just have to buy a house which is situated in a sea beach, and there isn't any person that exists in that living area. You'll just have to do that thing. Only then there you'll be getting that kind of environment, and getting that kind of environment will not improve your spoken English. You'll be thinking that, yeah, I'm having practice in a remote area, there where there isn't anybody who is just hearing me, or who will be able to hear me. So I'll be doing that remote practice for a couple of months, and after that I'll be a very fluent person, and I'll be confident enough to speak in front of a lot of audience. That will not happen. If you master that thing in that remote area, after mastering that thing, you'll not be able to speak in front of a huge audience, because you're not accustomed to get yourself adapted in in an uncomfortable situation. That will be a problem for you. So just get yourself in an uncomfortable situation, start practicing in an uncomfortable situation, and you'll have your improvement. Okay, I'm doing this live session in my hall room, and there are many persons who is passing by my room, and there are a lot of rooms just beside me and in front of me. Sometimes they're hearing my voice, that I'm speaking in English, but they're not doing anything else. They're not just calling me, making some sort of disturbance. They're not doing that thing. Some of them are my juniors, my department juniors. Some of them are my batchmate. Okay, although they are not making some sort of problems, so you'll have to show some courage to some of the people. Okay, whenever you will be doing something different, some people will say that, yeah, you are just doing that thing. That's a good thing, but I think you'll not improve. That's a bad thing. Okay, just so you don't have to hear those persons, because they're just demotivating you, because they know that if you keep doing that thing on a continuous basis, you'll make a sheer progress. That's why they're just demotivating you. So just listen to yourself. Self searching, I think it would be a great word. I think self searching, self judgment, all of the words that are done by you only is the best thing, is the best work, according to my opinion. Whenever you are doing something just by yourself, if it is cooking, that's good. If it is your work, that's obviously good, because you will have to do it. If it is speaking, self speaking, obviously it is good. If it is self searching, self judgment, so all of the things are very, very much good, because to do all of those things, courage is needed, and every one of us don't have that kind of courage. Very few amount of people in our society, in this world, who exist in this world, really do have that kind of courage. And only those kind of persons make the sheer progress, make the real progress. Okay, I was just watching a video of Elon Musk, and uh, he was not visually present in that video, but the content creator who was just making this video, just sharing that, yeah, Elon Musk is a guy, is a very much courageous guy. Everyone in his society, everyone in his company was just saying that, yeah, you'll not be able to save your company, because it is just destroyed, it is already destroyed. If you do your investment in your company in that kind of situation, it will go in vain. You'll not be able to save your company. But he just didn't hear the all of the persons, and do the things that he just want to do, and do the things that he want to do. Okay, so you'll have to make your own decision, because if you just make a wrong decision, you'll get experience from it. Yeah, that I have done something wrong in my past for my decision, and it was wrong. I did that decision, and it was a wrong decision for me, and I got a learning lesson from that. I got experience, and in future I'll not be doing that kind of thing again. That is one thing. And if you do something just by yourself, and if it is wrong, you will not regret in your life in future, because you are doing that thing just by your guidance, because the decision was wholly made by you. There is an interruption of anybody else, not your parents, not your relatives, not your cousins, not your colleagues, not your friends also. So you are doing a single thing just by yourself, just by your guidance, and decision just was only by made by you. So you'll not regret for that thing. If you regret, that will be a very bad thing, according to my opinion. And if you regret, you'll have to think that, yeah, sometimes something happens that is good for us, and we get some learning lessons from that bad experience, because success is not a flat curve, okay? There is sometimes ups in the curve, there's something downs in the curve, okay? It is not a flat curve, so you'll have some up situations and you'll have some down situations, and you'll have to make up with those situations, with those struggles, with those sufferings. And for getting all of these motivations, you'll have to read a lot of books, okay? Reading books is a very helpful thing, because it will give you a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. Not experience exactly, knowledge, basically. You'll be able to hear a lot of things that are said by a lot of knowledgeable persons who have already gone through those situations, okay? So if you're just trying to do well in business sector, you'll have to read a lot of books related to business, related to marketing. You will have to see a lot of podcasts related to business, related to marketing. If you just want to do well in sports sector, whether it is in case of cricket, whether it is in case of football, you'll have to follow some idol one, okay? Just by following that person, you'll be able to improve. If I say about our religious perspective, according to Islam, we all try to follow our prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is the thing. Whenever you are just trying to do well in a specific sector, you will have to follow someone. You will have to read a lot of books, because you will get a lot of guidance from those kind of books, and there will be something that will not be available from anywhere else. So reading books is the most uh, precious thing, I think, for all of us. Sometimes we think that, yeah, I don't have that amount of time. So you'll have to get your time. You'll have to get some time for yourself, because it is for your self improvement. If self improvement part is done, success is near. If the self improvement part is not done, I think you'll have to struggle a lot for getting successful. And that thing is not only said by me. There are a lot of successful persons who have already gone through that situation. That's why they share this kind of experience, and that's why I'm sharing that thing with you. I have already gone through a lot of sufferings, a lot of struggles in my life also. That's why I'm sharing it with you, okay? So it is not applicable in case of learning English. It is also applicable in case of learning any sort of thing, whether it is in case whether it is for religion, whether it is for uh, career, whether it is for getting a good job, whether it is for getting good marks, okay? Learning is always mandatory, practicing is always mandatory, and keeping consistency and keeping patience for getting successful is also mandatory. So all of the four things are very much mandatory for all of us, for getting us towards our goal. And you have to be determined, okay? You'll have to convince your mind, yeah, it will take time, it will take some time, and I'll have to keep patience for that. So I have already talked about for 50 minutes, I think, and it's late at night right now, near about 12 p.m. in Bangladesh, and I think it varies from region to region. So I think I have made my point clear, and I always say the same thing because sometimes it's necessary to spread the same message again and again, because it's the right procedure. It's the obvious procedure, and you'll have to go through that obvious procedure. If you're not going through that obvious procedure, you'll have to suffer in future. So some people will see that, yeah, I'm just saying the same thing in each and every video. Sometimes I'm sharing some of my experience. Yeah, that's necessary, I think. If 50 people are watching my video and only one is getting improvement just by getting my instructions, it's very helpful for me, because I'm doing that thing for that one person who just want to learn, who just want to listen. If there's somebody who just came here for the fun purpose or for entertainment purpose, I'm not doing that these things for those persons. Okay, I'm just doing that thing for sharing my experience first of all, and I just want to share the right masses, the right procedure, and that is practice. Okay, you'll have to practice a lot. If you just want to improve your grammar skills in the writing section, you'll have to practice. And I always say that you'll have to learn grammar for your writing improvement, for freehand writing improvement, and you'll have to speak more for speaking improvement. Yeah, there are some things that are mandatory in speaking, that is translation, that is tense, and some vocabularies, essential vocabularies, and you'll have to learn new and new sentences day by day after each and every practice. Okay, so just think that you are having practice on self-introduction part, so you have to learn some sort of sentences that are usually said in self-introduction part. Okay, so these are the things. There are some common structures for practice section. There are some common topics, and in those common topics there are some common sentences there that are always used by everyone. You'll have to grab those sentences and you'll have to save those sentences in your mind. Okay, so this is mandatory, I think. Some people will come here and say that I don't know Hindi, or I don't know English, or I don't know Bengali. Okay, some people will say that I'm just making this video for international audience and as well as for my local audience. And if you just came here and just start saying something like that, it will not help you. If you don't know English, if you can't understand English, just make it understand. Make it understandable. Why you are not doing something that will help you understand English? Why not you are just doing something? Why are you sitting remotely? Okay. So some talkings will be rash, I think. Some things, there's something that will hurt you uh, in some way, and I'm obviously sorry for that thing. I'm really sorry for the rash behavior, but it is obvious. Okay, the practice is obvious. The things that I'm saying, that is obvious. You'll have to do that thing. And if you don't believe me, just go to Google and search for the thing that what are the things that are necessary for speaking English improvement. Just search it and you'll see it. You'll see the results. And there is one specific point, that is practice. Whether you practice with someone else, whether you practice with yourself. And in our country, in Bangladesh, and I think it's obviously common in any other part of the world where English is not mandatory. So there are few persons who are really interested in spoken English. Okay, area like capital Dhaka in our country, the people who actually live in Dhaka, they got a lot of opportunities, whether it is in case of learning spoken English or whether it is in learning freehand writing or something else. But in other cities or other districts, the facilities are very few, and there are a very few amount of people who actually want to learn English, actually want to improve their English. So that is the main point. So maybe you are living in a village, maybe you are living in a remote area of a specific country. So what will you do then? You don't have any kind of opportunity to go to a city where there are a lot of facilities available. You don't have any sort of opportunity like that. So what will you do then? You will just sit and start crying? No, there is enough amount of facilities. Maybe there is one or two, but there exists some facilities that will help you improve your spoken English. There are a lot of videos that are available on YouTube or Instagram or on Facebook. There are a lot of videos. So you will have to find those videos, start watching those videos, and start speaking. Yeah, you will obviously not be able to start speaking just by watching a single video. You will have to do that thing for a couple of months, maybe a year. It depends on you. I have listened a lot for my spoken English improvement. There are three compulsory things, that is reading, listening, and speaking. Speaking is the most important thing, then it comes listening, and third one is reading. So you have to listen a lot, because whenever we are listening something attentively, we'll be able to catch those sentences, catch those words in our subconscious mind. Okay, maybe some accents also, because the native speakers speak in a different accent, and there are a lot of accents, like, and it also varies from country to country. For British there is a British accent, for Americans there is an American accent, for Australians there is an Australian accent, for Scottish there is a Scottish accent. So accent differs from area to area. You don't have to learn accent first of all. That will be my first suggestion. If you're learning English for the first time, you'll have to learn the basic things. I always suggest the same thing, that focus on your basics, focus on your base, make it strong, and then go to the further steps, then go to the further stairs, because there are a lot of stairs too in okay. You'll have to go through the lot of things, and for your improvement you will have to start from the very basic things. And after learning the basic things, if you do think that I'm good at my basics, only then you will have to move on the advanced things. Accent is an advanced thing. Learning accent is an advanced thing. If a child start learning accents, it is good for him or her, because he's just learning the English language very initial stage of his or her life. Okay, so when a child is learning English at the age of 5 or 6, or at the age of 2 or 3, he hasn't already learned the mother tongue in a well way. That's why learning accent will be very easy for that child, because he hasn't mastered the mother tongue. Okay, for people like us who are already good at their mother tongue or their first language, we have already mastered the first language. We can easily make some communication or make some conversation for hours and hours in our local language. It is very easy for us. So for us, working on the basics is the first thing. If you do think that, yeah, I have already given a lot of time in the basics and I'm already good at it, I have mastered the basic things, then only then you will have to go to the advanced part, learning some advanced vocabularies, learning some advanced sentences. Okay, so make it your interest. Make the basic things your interest. Learn the basic things, make your basic things good, and after learning the basic things, yeah, you will have to learn some advanced vocabularies, you will have to learn some alternative sentences. Okay, so that is the thing. I have already talked about for an hour, and I think now I'm in the end part of this video, and I suggest all of you to keep the practice thing on a continuous basis. And if you keep your practice on a continuous basis, it will surely help you to improve your spoken English. So for today, I will say goodbye to all of you, and assalamu alaikum.